welcome back to the Alyssa Bliss list. My name is Alyssa and today I'm going to be showing you a look using the new Morphe x Madison channel surfing palette. To start off my look today, I'm going to prep my face with the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. And now I'm just going to pin back my hair from my face so I don't get all the foundation and other products in it. I'm going to be using the ColourPop Land Watermelon Face Milk. It's their collaboration with Fourth Ray Beauty. I'm going to use that as a moisturizer. It smells delicious. Next, I'm going to go in with my First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. And that's what it looks like. Super fun design. Now that I've finished prepping my face, I'm going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation in the shade F2. So I've completed my foundation base, and next I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Swan. And just buff that out. I look very ghostly right now. This is scary. Now I'm just gonna go in and set this with the Hourglass Translucent Veil Setting Powder. So now that I've got my foundation and concealer set, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D KVD Vegan Beauty Contour Kit. It's the Shade and Light Contour Kit. So I'm just gonna start out with my Shayna B Miami Contour Brush and use the shade Somber. It's this one right here. Not too much like last time. I'm gonna try and keep it pretty light with this. Do the other side. And then up and around my forehead, on my hairline. Don't want to go too far down though. Blend it in. Try and get it all up as close to in the hair as possible. I think that looks pretty okay. I mean, definitely not flawless, still works. So this time, I'm not going to forget to contour under my jawline. Give my face some more definition. I did that much better this time than I did last time. Now I'm just gonna go and take my Morphe E62 brush. It's this brush right here. And I'm going to contour my nose. All contoured. So now for Hula Light. Bow. Normally, I go back and forth with the brush it came with. I just don't like it when it leaves harsh lines. So I just gotta be really careful in my blending. Blend it upwards. Kind of soften up the contour. Gonna bring this down a little bit. I'm going to be taking the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. Here's what it looks like. It's in the shade 4.5, dark brown, and I'm going to do my brows really quick. So I just finished my brows. I don't normally use just a brow pencil, but they actually came out pretty good. Now that I've done my brows, it is finally the moment you've all been waiting for. Time to go in with the Morphe X Madison Beard Channel Surfing Palette. It's so pretty. So the goal is to try and go for the look that I did in my Instagram post where I first used the Morphe X Madison Beer palette. Morphe actually liked that post. I was so excited. I think I was in Marshall's when they liked it, and I literally called my grandmother, I called my boyfriend, I was with my mom, so I already told her, and I told my dad too. But I was so excited, and I'm going to try and recreate that look. The first shade I'm going to be using is called Fight Club. It's this shade right here. Oh no, not that shade. This shade right here. I'm going to take that shade and go along the crease of my eye. And then kind of just fill in everything below. Perfect. I'm just gonna repeat the same thing on the other eye. Alright, so I got that first step down. And next I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shade. Sorry, I'm just grabbing the name sheet. It's called 3553. I don't have the faintest idea what that means, but it's gonna be this shade right here. And with that shade, I'm just gonna go in on the edges. I'm gonna use this mirror. Also, I'm using the Morphe brush from the Pride collection. It's a blending brush. It's the same one I used in the last video that was kind of tinted pink at the end, but it's such a great brush. I love all my Morphe brushes, but this one is definitely one of my go-tos. Now that I've got my matte shades down, I'm gonna go in with the shimmer shade, and it's called Prestige. It's the one right next to Fight Club. It's this shade right here. Instead of using a brush for the shimmer, I'm going to be using my finger. Just put that on top of the shade Fight Club. Just go in a little bit more. Really want to pack that shimmer on and start from the inner corner moving outwards. I am loving how this is turning out. Alright, so now that we've got the pink shimmer down, the one called Prestige, we are now going to go in with another shimmer. We're going to go in with the shade Cosmos. I am also going to go back in with my finger for that shade. I just wiped it off on a little baby wipe. So I'm going to go in with my finger on that shade, and it's nice and shimmery and dark. I don't know if you can see it, but it'll really bridge that pink together with the purples. So just go towards the outer edge of the crease and really blend that in there with your fingers. Is it just me, or does everyone have an eye that their makeup just looks a whole lot better on that one side? Just gonna blend that out with the brush. So for the under eye, I'm just going to go in with the shade 3553 again, kind of blend it in with the corners, the outer corners, and just bring it almost to the very inner corner. Try and get it as close to your waterline as possible, but obviously don't get it in your eye. You really want it to blend. For the other eye. Now I'm gonna go in with my inner corner highlight. I know I look really ghostly right now, but we're gonna fix this. It's gonna look a lot better in just a few minutes. For my inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with the shade Stained Glass, and it's just gonna be this shade right here on the palette, the second shade on the top. Just gonna dip into that with my Morphe M124 brush. Tap it off. It's a very light shimmer. And normally I would go in with a shimmer with my finger, but this is an inner corner highlight. I don't want to mess it up. And this shade is very glittery. It almost reminds me of Rihanna's or Fenty Beauty, the Diamond Veil. Kind of pop that in there. That looks really nice. All right, and now for the other eye. All right, so now I've got my inner corner highlight. It's so sparkly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my mascara on. I'm going to be using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. Bad Gal Bang mascara. And I did use an eyelash curler prior to doing my makeup. I used one that I got from Tarte. I think I got it in my custom kit. It's just a little pineapple one. I really love the wand on this one because it's super skinny and that makes it perfect for doing my lower lashes. I think this looks so pretty so far. I may not even end up doing any eyeliner. Probably will. I always end up doing eyeliner, but with just a mascara, it doesn't look too bad. I have to do my blush. So I got this blush from, I think it was in my Birchbox. It's the Autobalm Girl Powder Cheeks on the Go blush in the shade, I don't know what shade it is. Oh, it's in the shade Houston Street. It just looks like this. It's a little cardboard palette. I wasn't sure at first if it was an eyeshadow or if it was a blush because it's so tiny. It's literally just about the same size as all of the shades in the Madison Beer palette. I'm gonna give it a go. Okay. That's not too much. I kind of like it. Give myself a little bit of color. And now for some highlighter. I'm going to be using this Soph X Revolution highlighter palette. This is my favorite highlighter palette. I try and vary what highlighters I use, but I always come back to this palette. I'm just gonna go and take my M441 Morphe brush. Looks just like that. Yeah, there we go. Just gonna take that brush and go in with the shade, the second shade from the left on the top, so just this shade right here. That's like my go-to shade. It's perfect for my skin tone. Just kind of blend that in. Nice shimmery highlight. Now for the other side. This is turning out so nice. Now it's not exactly the same look because I did use different products this time around than the ones that I used in my look on Instagram, but I also didn't have professional lighting back when I posted this on Instagram a few weeks ago. Was it a few weeks ago? I think it was a month ago. Yeah, back when I posted this look on Instagram about a month ago, I did not have any means of professional lighting, so the lighting in my room was a little bit darker, being that I was just relying on the ceiling fan light, and then my lights behind me. Okay. A little bit on my Cupid's bow and a little bit on my chin. Alrighty. So I haven't tried this before. This is the Morphe X Madison Beer Lip Gloss in the shade Venus. And that's what it looks like. It's just a hint of a shade darker than the Morphe lipstick, the liquid lipstick in the shade Virgin. Those are the two kind of side by side. Yeah, so let's try it out. That's actually really nice. It's a really light formula, but I really like it. It goes really good with this look too. All right, so let me just take my hair out and I'm gonna show you guys the finished look. All right guys, this is the finished look. I hope you like it. I really loved using this palette. It reminds me a lot of the Morphe Fall into Frost palette. That was my first ever Morphe palette, and that's the one that absolutely made me fall in love with Morphe products. But this palette, it just has a beautiful color story. You can really use it for all those fall soft glam looks. You can use it for going out looks. I hope to see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And in the comments, feel free to leave any suggestions for future videos, whether that's challenges, products you want me to review, anything really. Do I look like Madison Beer yet? No, I know, it's okay. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.